Hey everybody, we're back with another episode of Reasons to Watch, and this time I'm going to give you 7 reasons why you should watch Attack on Titan. Again, if you haven't seen the previous 2 episodes, I'll leave a link to those in the description below. And if you do like this video, I would really appreciate if you could drop a like, subscribe for more anime content. So yeah, without further ado, let's begin with number 7. Number 7, music. Alright, so if you haven't noticed, music is a huge deal for me when it comes to rating an anime. It has such an impact on the scene that the right song choice can elevate a moment, while a bad one can ruin it. Obviously talking about Attack on Titan, the first opening, even though very young, is already iconic and one of the most memorable songs in anime history. While the rest of the openings are just as good. Especially season 3 with all the symbolism it has. But the song that literally gives me chills every time I listen to it is Reluctant Heroes, one of the songs in the OST of season 1. This is arguably one of the best songs just in anime in general. The amount of hype that this song gives is rivaled by only a few. I'll even go as far as to say that this is even better than You Say Run, which is like, you know, the most hyped anime song at the current moment. Number 6, The Ladies. Yep, there's a reason that this is probably in my top 10 animes of all time. Again, the female representation in anime is a pretty huge deal for me. And not in just to be politically correct or anything like that, but literally because of what I call the Sakura conundrum. You see, Sakura gets a lot of hate in the anime community, for good reason. She was introduced as a main character and showed promise early on, only to end up disappointing most. And while yes, I agree that she gets a lot of unwanted hate just because it's like the thing just to hate her, she didn't do herself any favors throughout the show. Which is why whenever a female lead doesn't show the incompetence, wait, is incompetence the right word? That's kind of mean. But you know, one that doesn't flop as hard as Sakura, it's just a huge deal for me. Now Attack on Titan has 2 of the most prominent female figures in anime at the very moment. Obviously one is Mikasa because Mikasa is Mikasa, she's a fan favorite. And before season 3, I was gonna go say Annie. But after season 3, who can even doubt that Historia is one of the best characters in the show? She is literally like the best part and the highlight of season 3 without a doubt. But now that I completely think about it, Number 5, great characters. The whole cast of Attack on Titan is generally great, which is kind of rare. I personally love Eren. He reminds me of myself a little bit, especially now because, spoilers, later in the manga, especially the last current chapter, he's an asshole. Complete asshole. Mikasa, again, is Mikasa. She's arguably one of the best characters in the show. In anime, females, everything, she's just amazing. And then Armin is so underrated. He honestly reminds me of myself even more than Eren because he's just always able to stay calm, collected, and it's pretty much the brain of the group. Then again, we have Historia in season 3 just completely taking over the show. And finally, we have the god himself, Levi, which is just, who doesn't love Levi? He is one of the most badass characters ever created in any type of pop culture media, whatever. He's just cool. Go watch his backstory, read about his backstory, go watch his special, just do everything about Levi because Levi is just, he's that great. Like, it's just impossible to not love the dude. One of the key aspects of the anime is how well the cast work with one another. You don't want like just some random people just talking, communicating, because dialogue is important in anime, especially something like Attack on Titan. They all fit some sort of archetype and they work well, as Attack on Titan is a dialogue heavy show that no one complains about, no one, because the story is just fantastic, but we'll get to that later. Number 4, insane animation. Yes, probably my personal favorite aspect of the show. The animation in Attack on Titan is phenomenal. Flat out phenomenal. And just anytime I see them doing the air maneuvering things, like, you know, when they're on their devices, I just think of how hard, how just extremely talented you have to be to animate this type of stuff. Add the fact that most of the best action sequences in the show is when they're using their devices, and it's just a whole round of applause for the animation team. But there's more, because not only is the show just fantastically animated, the openings just have so much detail in them with animation, and just, again, how talented these people have to be to do this is breathtaking and astonishing at best. I always just get amazed when watching this show. Some of the stuff is just awe-inspiring. It also helps that I absolutely love the art style of Attack on Titan. The hard lines, the dark colors, the heavy shadows. When animated in a fast-paced, high-flying sequence, I literally just can't stop praising it enough. If you're like flat out, if you're a fan of animation, you want to be an animator, go watch Attack on Titan. It is some of the best stuff out there. Honestly, it is just gorgeous at times. Number 3, story. Now, this is going to be kind of difficult to talk about because since Attack on Titan is relatively still kind of new, I truly don't want to spoil anything for anybody watching this video that is planning to watch the show, because one of the things Attack on Titan does really well is have its big reveal every season. Now that I think about it, the show kind of relies a lot on these big reveals to be its best moments, which is fine by me because they know how to execute it very well. The way the director plans the series, nothing ever truly feels like a what the fuck moment or where did that come from that's just shock value for shock value. Also, the plain genres of the show within itself just differs from time to time, and you won't complain one single bit. Like season 1 mostly felt like an action-packed shonen, straight shonen, just should have been in Shonen Jump, which it isn't. It's in like some other magazine. While season 2 sort of felt like more of like some mystery horror, like suspenseful anime. I don't know, it just felt completely different from season 1. And season 3 felt more philosophical to me. I don't know how Hajime Isayama just has a way of transmitting his message in all forms of genre, but he is just so talented. Like all the transitions in these genres happen so smoothly. It just showcases how talented he really is. I just can't praise him enough. There are so many minute details that go into his story that something so obscure that was shown early on can mean so much later, like something someone says, something someone does, anything. You had to pay so close attention while watching this show. Because I have like a little problem with watching anime. I mostly don't just sit back and just watch. I'm usually doing something else, either typing up a video, playing some games, doing something, just drawing, anything. I mainly just do not focus directly on the TV when I'm watching any show in general. But for Attack on Titan, I cannot do that. It's just impossible. There's no way I can use context clues, which I use for other shows. When I miss a scene, I can just like piece it together. I can't do that with Attack on Titan. If I miss something, it's over. I have to like go back 10 minutes until like just try to piece it together, because the dialogue is extremely important. You have to pay attention. And there's just so many little details that he throws in there that like when you figure it out and you piece stuff together and then it happens, it's like solving a mystery on its own. It's just a fantastic feeling. And it's just, again, just showcases how talented this mangaka truly is. Number 2, it does its job. So if you didn't know, anime is one giant advertisement. I think I've said this in other videos, but if you haven't seen that, they are. Especially nowadays where most anime don't even get multiple seasons. The point of these shows nowadays is just to make you love the show to the extent that you go and buy the manga to catch up. And Attack on Titan did that for me. I was baited. They got me, not gonna lie. I know some people are anime only and they'll never go to manga. Why? I don't know. Mangas are fantastic. They're an awesome read. But guys, I don't know what that feeling is or what it's called, but knowing what's going to happen during an arc and then seeing your like favorite scenes animated is such a high. And just looking forward to something being animated that you love, again, is just something else. Like honestly, the scarf scene at the end of season 2, you know what I'm talking about. It was something I was waiting to get anime for 2 years, because, you know, Attack on Titan took like 4 years to come back with season 2. So I was waiting for that for so long. For when it finally happened, just completely fangirling, without a doubt. It's mainly just the Irikasa shipper in me. And I had to hold on to that moment very tightly, because especially what's happening now in the manga, that's looking less likely to be canon. But that's just a whole other video topic. Anyways, just know that if you start watching Attack on Titan, you're probably gonna end up wanting to read the manga, because it's just that good. And this is me. And I honestly say, if you see my other videos, story isn't like the most important thing for anime for me. It just isn't. I could deal with a bad story if the characters, the music, the animation is fantastic. But for Attack on Titan, the story is just that good that it made me go read the manga. Made me go pay my hard-earned money to read the manga, because yeah, I have a couple of the chapters. I'm trying to catch up, because it's just getting really, really good from here. And it gets even better after season 3. Number 1, the basement. So if you do watch Attack on Titan, or even watch the first couple episodes of Attack on Titan, you'll know that the basement is such a big deal. It is like the last piece of home that Eren carries with him, because his father gave him a key to the basement and told him to check it when he was ready. The thing is, he hasn't checked it yet. He can't. His home was behind all the walls where there's still so many Titans in it. And to this day, in the anime, we don't know what's in the basement. As a manga reader, I do know what's in the basement. And it just completely blew my mind. Completely. It's just, wow. That's what's going on. And I can't wait. I cannot wait till the anime only people figure it out, or it gets revealed in the anime. It is just that out there. That basement, man, that's like the biggest kept secret in anime right now. If you're anime only, you don't even have a clue. They haven't even given us clues of what's in there. So when you do find out, be ready. And that's all I gotta say about Attack on Titan. Again, it's a fantastic show with just flat out fantastic music. Cannot say that enough. Just breathtaking, awe-inspiring animation if you're into animation only. Just fantastic characters, an amazing story, so many clues, mystery, so many different genres are in it. It's one of the best shows out there. There's a reason it was so hyped up back then after season 1, and so many people were looking forward to season 2 when it finally aired, and that we're all happy that they're starting to roll out the season every year instead of making us wait half a decade. But again, just go watch Attack on Titan. It's a fantastic show. You'll probably get into it if you're into like any type of genre, because again, it's just all in there and it works fantastic. So if you enjoyed this type of video, if you're gonna go watch Attack on Titan, let me know in the comment section below. Drop a like for more anime content, and I'll talk to you later. Peace.